Get ready for one of my best rock hunts this year, and for the first time ever, see many of the rocks I found on the beach already tumbled right in this same video. Sam and I are here at the mouth of the Gratiot River up in Michigan's Keweenaw Peninsula and the Upper Peninsula. And the river's pretty high, but Sam made it across, so he told me to go slow. I guess it's up to about my thighs is what he tells me. Oh yeah, you can feel that current. I'm using my rock scoop as a walking stick. This might be a very short rock hunt. All right, putting the camera down. Well, we made it across the river. That was a little hairy. Yeah. The ride in here was, we turned around one spot and took a different way in. One area though, there was a river going down the road. That was kind of interesting. Not too much snow, so I think we'll make it back out. Yeah. I just hope we make it back across that stream after we've walked for a few miles. Now there's the river we just crossed, so that's how far into the rock hunt we are. And Sam has found
that beauty.
Wow.
A smoky quartz or maybe amethyst. I think smoky quartz there. And
all right,
very nice.
That's a good omen. I think we're gonna have a good day. There's a banded iron formation down there. Not super high quality, but among all the other red rocks, that's just a little bit different color. Piece of epidote, I think. Yeah, I don't know if that's epidote or not. Yeah, I think that's epidote. Most of the red is rhyolite. Lots and lots and lots of rhyolite up here. It has a little something in it. Doesn't have any bands. It's kind of tiny anyhow, but thought I'd take a little look at it. This one's not great. Part by my thumb is not agate, but definitely some agate banding around the edge there. Good enough to go in my pocket. Not even carrying a bucket today. Just picking up agates. And I don't expect to have a problem fitting them in my pocket. This rhyolite tumbles up really nicely. This one seems to have little soft areas in it. But it's good stuff. So if you're ever looking for rhyolite to tumble, pick up some of that.
Two little chips of agate just found right next to each other.
Yeah, they were about a foot apart, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Found a pretty one for the tumbler. I guess that's probably rhyolite. It's like the stripes on it, kind of different. I was surprised this one lost the white speckles that it had when I picked it up. Still a beautiful rock, though. Isn't that cool? A lot of bedrock around here. There's none such shale and Frida sandstone along here. I think this is the shale, maybe? Just love that pattern on there. Isn't that beautiful? More fun patterns in the bedrock. Just stumbled across a giant mushroom on the beach. I don't really want to touch it. What'd you call that, Sam?
A jelly bean.
This little guy. It's almost polished already.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Makes me want to just crawl along here and find more. Here's one. I think is that agate?
There's that. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. pretty, whatever it is. Little tiny ones. Problem with that is you're never going to find a big one if you look in the little tiny rocks. Rocks, 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 rocks. And then sometimes we run into sand, but in this case, one big rock.
Found a very weird rock. I was hoping it was an agate, but I don't really know. There's some bands in here and then obviously back in there.
Not translucent though, except that white part.
Yeah. It's almost like rhyolite or jasper, but I don't know.
Yeah, that part in that little point there on the top where your thumb is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Neat piece of prehnite and host rock with little eyes or something. There's one in the back there.
Yeah, those are the parts I like, right there by your finger. Kind of see right into them.
Yeah.
I was only going to pick up rocks that were agates today. I think this is the third one that's not an agate that's going in my pocket. Look at the colors on that though. Beautiful. Wish it was a little bit bigger, but I'll still tumble it. Still love all the colors in this one, but I did rush these a little bit to get them done in time for the videos, so I think that one's got to go back in to polish that little bit off. Pretty yellow one I just picked up. We'll get that one wet. Some really nice stripes and stuff. I really like that one. Another one for the tumbler. Kind of wish I would have brought a little bucket. Got a good shine on that one. Still yellow. I thought that might have been an agate, but I do think that's going in the tumbler. That's just beautiful.
That one might be interesting.
Oh, Sam just threw this at me. You gonna tumble that one?
No, haven't decided.
Okay, if you don't, I will. I think Sam should have tumbled this one. Turned out way better than I thought it was going to. Wasn't sure how that one was going to tumble. That's pretty. Well, I can't identify every rock that I pick up, including this one. But what I look for in rocks a lot of times is just having an interesting pattern. Color is nice also, but I really, really like an interesting pattern, and this has that.
Like a star-shaped rock. No starfish here, but...
You don't see that every day. That's really neat. More variety than you'd think on this beach. I usually walk in the other direction, and in the other direction I find some good stuff too, but you can see almost everything's red, but I'm finding some really nice variety of stuff. Like that one. Trying to decide if I should keep that. I'm not going to keep that. I know, you can yell at me. What's that down there? Nothing. Well, it's something. It's a rock. It's hoping for an agate. Always hoping. That's prehnite. Still don't know how to say that. Hear it both ways. I think I hear more prehnite, but I've kind of stuck with prehnite. Already picked this one up. I missed Sam's throw and he tossed it back to me. So kind of looks like a cow or something, but look at the purple on it. A little bit of purple here and there. See the purple right there?
Just found a nice little pink agate. Kind of pastel in the middle, and then...
I like those red lines going through it.
Yeah, it's kind of odd. I don't know what does that.
Well, so far that's the stripe of the day. Love the stripey rocks. For being such a tiny rock, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to tumble those pits out, but the pits tumbled out nicely, and it still got the stripe, so I'm a happy camper. Sam just found one up here.
Put my coat away in there.
Yeah, we're both getting a little bit hot. Go ahead and grab it. It's supposed to be 50 out today, so...
Nice husk.
What's on the other side? Holes or eyes?
Holes or potato-y.
Yeah. Yeah, get that one wet.
I don't really see any bands other than that one little center bit. I got some quartz, but got a little paint agate.
See a couple down here I wanted to look at. First, this is maybe unikite. It's a little different than what I'm usually seeing, but more interesting one was this variolite. This isn't an agate, but I always feel compelled to pick these up. It's like granite with a bunch of white quartz. Just the right color combination. It'd be a shame not to pick it up, just in case. That's a neat one.
Yeah, a little piece of pranite, the green and a little bit of pink in the middle.
What's the other side look like? Oh, turn it over. Turn it over. Nice. Rocks.
There's an agate. Not too crazy, I don't think, but not bad.
We need to get that wet.
Interesting.
Gotta get on this side of it. Yeah. Not amazing, but not a bad size. A little bigger than some of them. I like this one. What do you think? Is that a good one for the tumbler?
Oh yeah.
I think so. Color. It's not a nice color. It's green and white.
This one's almost an agate, but...
Nice rock, either way.
Yeah.
Well, this one didn't turn out quite as nice as I was hoping. Got a pretty good shine, but it's got a little bit of undercutting, and I really don't like those little white specks. Sometimes I like white specks. Not on this one, though. Especially on that side. Another pretty one. I continue to be surprised how many non-red rocks I'm finding that are really nice. Here's one with some stripes. Quartzite. And this one looks kind of neat. Well, for a mostly brown rock, it does have some interesting little color variations. I like the red up there. Shined up nicely. Here's one that stands out. What do you think this is, Sam?
I don't know. Could be epidote related.
Yeah, it looks kind of different for epidote. Doesn't look like prehnite.
Yeah.
I guess I'd go with epidote, but I don't know. Another one for the tumbler. Still not sure what this rock is, but the black shined up better than I thought it was going to. I thought that might end up kind of dull. That's a nice stripe. Like chocolate mint. That's a nice one. Nice stripes. I picked it up, I thought it might be an agate at first, but not quite the right color for an agate. I was still hopeful. Well, that's definitely got some good patterns to it. I like this stripe right here the best. I think it looked a little bit whiter on the beach than it does now. It's kind of an unusual yellow color there. It's not granite, I don't know what it is, but maybe a jasper? I think I called this yellow on the beach, but it's definitely more brown here in the basement. I don't know if it changed color or if it's the different lighting that makes it look that way. And the little gray parts in there, do they look metallic to you? I'm not sure if they are or not. They look a little bit metallic.
Got a nice little piece of prenite with some pattern. I think if I grind this dark bit off, it'll have a real nice pattern there. You can kind of see it on the side. It'll be cool.
As long as I'm picking up tumbling rocks, I think I'm going to pick this one up. It's rhyolite. And I know those tumble well. Oops.
A little agate with an eye there. Kind of neat.
He called me over to see that, and I grabbed this little jasper on the way.
Looks like the jasper you find in pudding stones, kind of.
It does. It looks a lot like it. The jasper always polishes up nicely. That's a pretty little rock. It's been about 30 seconds since we saw the last one, and I like that one a lot better.
Yeah, very crisp lines in it.
Really clear, too. Put your finger behind there, show the... Yeah, you can see right through it. That one's cool. Wish it wasn't all pitted like that. Haven't gotten it wet yet, obviously. Sam found this one. Look at the pink in there. Almost more purple, I guess. Tumbling this one, Sam?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you should. Just took a little snack break. I managed to jam my coat into my backpack, and Sam has found a little euperlite.
Hard to see because...
Yeah, you can see it. It's a pretty good one, actually.
Yeah.
You're tiny, but...
Nice little round guy. Looks like it's got it all over, and hard to see.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're trustworthy. We believe you. Sam has just gifted me a green rock. Green and splotchy. Thanks, Sam. Nice of Sam to give me this one. A little different than some of the other green rocks that I've done. This is such a cool rock. I'm torn between thinking it looks sort of like a brain or like an old-time map, or a globe, I guess, of continents that do not exist. I like that one a lot. This is interesting. We have a nice little stream coming through here. And then you'd think it'd go out to the beach, but it goes right underneath all the rocks. Kind of goes over this way and ends, and then you can see it. Oh, Sam's waving me down for a, must have found something good. You can see it trickling through here. And then there's a little spot over here where you can see it coming under the rocks. Before we heard it, Sam noticed that the water was turning kind of brown. You get tannins in the water that you can always tell when you're coming up to a stream because the water gets to look a little bit more like iced tea or something. What'd you find, Sam? Agates. You say 2 agates? I was only gone for a second.
There's a paint agate with those red lines in it too, like that first one I found
Yeah,
earlier.
not a bad size either.
And then this one's got some nice bands there. In there.
Just found a unique rock. Sam hasn't seen it yet. Look how blue that is. I don't think I've ever seen a rock quite that blue. Well, chrysocola's in some rocks. No, it's a little more green than it did, but
Weird.
kind of neat.
I'm not finding too many agates, but some nice prenite.
That's very cool.
Oh, nice sprays there.
That's gotta be one of the best pieces I've ever seen. A pretty little rock. I don't know what it is exactly, but got nice stripes, good colors. It's drying off. I walked down and showed Sam and dipped it in the water. Well, that little rock looks a whole lot like the next rock that I'm going to find. I can predict the future from here. Sorry for the spoiler. But the next rock that I find is my favorite rock from this whole batch of tumbled rocks. Just found this one. I haven't dipped it in the water yet, and Sam has a really cool one. It's beautiful. See this one yet?
It's very nice. It's a really nice piece of prenite here too again.
Oh, eyes all over that thing.
Probably the best day I've had for prenite. It never seemed to get very big, but
No,
nice.
but they're so pretty that it doesn't even matter. Okay, you might disagree with me, but to me, that's the best rock. I just love all the different colors and the stripes there. And it shined up really nicely.
Pretty little agates, clear nodule, and then some bands on that one.
Yeah, I like that top one.
That's the kind of color I look for, that orange and bluish, almost pinky peach.
Uh-huh.
That's what I saw, and then I flipped it over and decided.
Oh, wow. It's pretty impressive.
And then this one was just after that. That's an agate.
We had just switched. I was supposed to be in the wet stuff, and I was looking at a different rock, and he came over to look at it and saw that one. Nice find. Bunch of nice stuff up here. There's some unikite, epidote, and this is the one I actually stopped for. I like that. This is the one I spotted before I picked up the other rocks with it, and I'm glad I stopped for it because that's a pretty cool rock. Lots of stuff going on there. I just picked up something. I'm going on record to say it's a Uperlite. I haven't looked at it yet.
Ooh. There's a couple spots.
There's a good spot right there. Oh, that's part of that's the turn the light off. Yeah, see, it's orange already, but then it lights up orange in more spots.
Oh, there's one more spot on the other side, right there.
Not great.
Mine's worse. Mine's got one little speck.
Been carrying that around for. Or did you just pick that up, or you've been carrying that around?
I've been carrying that around. I didn't feel like getting my flashlight out just for that little guy.
I like that one. I'm not 100% sure this is the same rock. I think it is. But whether it's the same rock or not, let's just enjoy looking at it. It's pretty. I found a little prenite of my own. Trying to keep up with Sam. His is still better, but top of that's got those neat little sprays. A little more faint. Gotta be honest, I wasn't even sure that this was an agate. Kinda thought it was, but Sam said, yep, it's all agate.
No bands there in the middle that I can see, at least.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be banded, but you know, it's kinda neat.
Found a little nodule covered in eyes. The end of an eye there, and there's some big ones. On the back side's got little ones.
Lots of eyes. Eyes all over the place.
Nice.
That's a fun one. You know, I just found, I guess what's the biggest agate of the day. Not super impressive. More of a paint agate. But I'll keep it. What I want is a big red and white stripy one. That'd be awesome. But I'm thankful for this one too.
I'm walking in the water and just found this big piece of prehnite. Probably one of the biggest I've found that are like solid prehnite.
Yeah, good colors.
Green.
What are you gonna tumble it?
I'm not sure.
Tumble it or do it polished up on the cab machine?
Something. Well, this agate can stare back at you.
I guess. Peekaboo.
It's got another one in the back too. Yeah, cute little guy.
Just toss this to Sam just as an interesting little rock. And he thinks it's a skipping atom agate. I'm not 100% convinced of that. It is pretty, whatever it is. That's pretty. Guess it's jasper. I like the stripe. Still love the stripe on this one, even if it doesn't go quite all the way around. Guess I don't know what a paint agate is, because Sam tells me this is a paint agate. I know what some paint agates are. I think he said that's called porcelain in there. No, he looks at a lot more pictures of agates on the internet than I do. So I guess I found another agate. Yay! Just picked up 2 more. Right next to each other. And then this is another paint agate, I guess. I called this one this time. Sam has verified. He is the paint agate expert. I don't think we get too many of these in the eastern UP where I hunt more. Sam just went, ooh.
That's pretty nice.
That's a very nice one. That might be my favorite of the day.
Maybe.
It is. It's my favorite.
A little green agate on the husk there, and then orange in the middle.
Nice and translucent. Good bands. I like it. Catching up with Sam. Look at that one. It's very cool. Got another paint agate. Little eyes, I guess. There was a bigger eye somewhere. Oh, right there. That one's pretty cool.
Found this rock that was kind of like an agate, but it was not an agate, unfortunately. Very similar.
Yeah, it has the same kind of this fortification pattern, kind of.
Yeah. And then when I came to show Rob that, I found this little agate.
An actual agate with bands.
There's the husk. There's some more bands. Nice.
It is nice.
Spent about 30 seconds and found another one.
Yeah, it's probably been a minute. I'll flip that over a little more. That's a really nice one. I like that.
Yeah. Just need to be big.
Okay, this is getting ridiculous. He was putting the one away in his pocket, and I hear him go, ooh!
Just turned around and there it was.
Also a very nice one. You're doing great.
Yeah.
Sam strikes again.
That's a pretty good one.
I think so.
Bands
Yeah,
there.
maybe we'll get that one wet.
That's a swirly goodness.
Yeah, I like that one. Sam found a really nice one here.
Might be my nicest of the day for bands.
That looks incredible. There's bands everywhere, except on back.
Yeah, the outside.
Now you get that one wet. Yep. I'd say that's the best one of the day.
Yeah, in terms of bands, for sure.
Found a piece of banded shirt that's pretty nice. Not the crisp bands that we get in Lake Huron, but I do like that. Well, here's this shirt, and I really like this part where all the bands come together. But I can't help but compare this to the Lake Huron shirt that I find once in a while. It's not common to find it, but the Lake Huron stuff is just so much better than the Lake Superior stuff. That's one of my favorite tumbled rocks ever. And this is another one that I like a lot. But there's just no comparison between that and that. Don't get me wrong, that's a nice rock. But that's a much nicer rock.
Nice bit of botryoidal prehnite. And some host rock. I don't think this is diatomite, but it could be. Feels like really weathered, and I don't know. It's not quite as milky like ceramic that it usually is. Never actually found diatomite, but I've seen it in a museum.
So you're gonna cut it or grind off some part of it?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna try and cut it in half and see if the inside's solid like white or something. It might be.
Well, we made it back before dark, and I think you should watch a video when my grandson and son-in-law and daughter and whole family were here. I think you'd like it. So click on that, and we'll see you over there.